I've got balls of steel.
All right, everyone. Welcome to the Balls of Steel podcast. I am Onyx,
And I am Rumble.
and we both have balls of steel.
Steel.
Yeah, man. It's been quite a month, man. I mean, not just quite a month, but even just a quite of a year so far. We've had a lot of special guests in, and I feel that we might have like a surprise here and there for the rest of the months, but I felt that for July specifically, we should just have it be you and me.
Oh, speaking of which, before I forget, happy birthday, my dude.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. And no, you're not going to take me off guard today with another little interview about me. I want to talk about Night Rain.
That's fine. I mean, I've had my fill of that. So.
All right, so in this thing here, we're going to talk about the EVERDARK bosses, and we'll do our own little tier list of them. And I think Rumble, you want to talk about Deep Dark a little bit or whatever.
Deep of Night, yeah.
Yeah, Deep of Night. Yeah. All right, so let's get to the list here. So we will talk about the three-headed doggo, Tricephalus.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So what are your thoughts on Tricephalus?
So, the thing about the doggo is, this fucker literally came right after EVERDARK Libra, which we'll get into later on. But I would say that between regular Tricephalus and the EVERDARK version, they definitely beat the shit out of him for sure.
Mm-hmm. Because I kind of like EVERDARK Tricephalus. Especially even though it's a bit of a difficulty curve, of course, because all the EVERDARK bosses are supposed to be considered hard mode. This one wasn't that bad to me. I enjoyed it for what it was. The only thing that really makes it hard for me is if the randoms that you play with are on point.
Yeah, that could be one little thing, yeah.
Because sometimes if you get some of those randoms that just want you to carry them and they don't do a damn thing, then you're probably not going to win this fight.
Yeah,
I
unless
mean,
you're somehow got to cracked.
yeah. Like, I'd say though, as long as the other three players at least know how to play their characters, you'll either get like a close win or you'll get a win because it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I kind of want to put Tricephalus at A tier.
Well, I will say, I mean, I say like between like the regular and it's definitely up there. I mean, like I'd say like if I had to choose between the two, like I'd still go with the regular version because like I've gotten used to that more. But yeah, I can agree. Like it's definitely like a need to. Like I say, he definitely stepped up his game in a way.
Yeah, and it's a very creative third phase too. All right, so we agree A tier for Tricephalus.
Yeah.
All right. Gaping Jaw, Adele. I don't like this fight. I didn't like it in regular, and I didn't like it. Excuse me, had a little sneeze there. I didn't like regular Adele, especially if you have no poison relics on for regular. But we're not here to talk about regular. We're here to talk about EVERDARK and how stupid it is. You have to use the energy geysers to spring shoot yourself over the little tornado storm that it makes. And even though it's a creative idea, Adele's become worse.
Yeah. In my opinion, like it's creatively stupid.
Yeah. Now, is it the worst in this list? No. We'll be getting to that very soon. Hint, hint. Bah. But let me see. I'm kind of stuck between like a low C and a high D.
I mean, honestly, like I probably put it like around the D because it's like that because the one thing that I've always had an issue with is the fucking tornado because like
Mm,
you literally because I say I can't speak for everybody, but like for me, like I've had a lot of times where it's like when it does the fucking tornado thing, I die to that shit more than anything else because because a lot of times you always get stun locked as you're trying like to move and you have to like wait for the fucking like spirit spring things to shoot yourself up to go into the damn tornado.
yeah, and also, Adele has these like special so-called spell explosive powers, and I think that's stupid.
Very.
Okay, I'll go with you on it. Um, D tier,
Yep.
because I know you'll have to kind of go easy on the next one on this list because I know it's been the bane of your existence. Everdark Sentient Pest. So here's the thing. I kind of like it, and it's specifically because of the creativity of the boss. Because Foster's Stone Shield, that's still a name that I keep in my head, even when I don't do the Everdark version, because it sounds like a barbarian made of stone. If you were to be playing Dungeons and Dragons, it's totally a barbarian name, and I love it. I love Noster because she is a moth and she's absolutely adorable. I love the memes toward her as well. Animus does make it a little hard, yes. Um, and I do think it's creative how depending on which enemy takes the most aggro, it'll fade itself into it and give it like its own third phase uh, to the enemy as well. I'd say the only things I don't like is just a couple things, really. One, I think that the fight is too long.
Oh, very.
Um, and also, depending on the knowledge of the randoms that you bring in, it could make this a near damn impossible fight. Um, because some people I've seen, because I have Lord knows how many freaking hours in this game. Because I have a lot of hours in this game. I'd say I have like at least close to 1,000 or more. Um, so I think my opinion is valid. I know that you have a lot of hours in this game as well. Um, so when I say that randoms that are not on point can be the death of this match, it can be. Because there's three different types of randoms out there. There's the ones that want you to carry them throughout the whole game, which I get a lot of those. Then there's the casual players where they'll you can tell either they're practicing with another character or they have basic knowledge of the character that they play as. Which is fine, because we do that a lot too. Um, or we get the ones that know how to use their class, which I get some of those, and they're very, very good. But when it comes to Everdark, Sentient Pest, is it the best? No, it's not. Like I said, it's a very long fight. Um,
Very.
if they limited the fight a little bit, I'd probably give it a higher grade. I like regular sentient pest more.
It's
I do.
yeah.
But because this boss is the bane of your existence, tell me your thoughts on sentient pest.
Well, as you mentioned, yeah, like the one problem about this boss is that it's way too fucking long. Like,
Mm.
cause it basically feels like a damn slog. Like
Hmm.
I'm sorry, not sorry, but like it is. And like and no offense, like I know everyone has opinions and all that, but
Mm.
oh my god, like I would rather fight the regular version versus fucking EverDark because yeah, because like it's like a time sink where it's like you have to find out which one the third one Animus is going to go in, and you
Mm.
have to you have to be knowing how things work and being out of the way because they do like this little thing they span like say an Animus goes into Nostra, right?
Mm.
It does like the little thing of just
The little
just like
explodies, yeah, the little
yeah,
explody
those
things, yeah.
explodey things, yeah, and then you got fucking First Stone Shield over there,
Yes.
yeah, he pretty much acts like he's like a fucking bull, and he was like stop
Yeah.
here, stop there, stop everywhere, and all that. Um, so in my opinion, like yeah, it is annoying. I would not recommend fighting it ever again, but if I was to do a thing, I'd
Hold on,
probably
hold
put
on,
a
hold on. Let's see if we can agree. C tier.
low C tier, yes.
So let me explain why I say C tier, and I think you might agree. Is it worse than Adele though? Because they're not equal. I think Adele's worse.
They have their. It's pretty much one of those things where it's like they have their own worst issues in their own ways. Yes.
So here's the thing. I don't think it deserves to be in D tier. I think low C tier. So C minus.
I yeah, I can take a low C. I mean, because it's like,
Okay.
yeah, it is what it is. If you get lucky and all that stuff, then yeah, yeah, low C.
All right. Who's next on the list?
Everdark
Augur.
Augur. Yep.
Okay. Let me give my 2 cents here. The fact that they brought out an Easter egg from not just you know Dark Souls 3 with Yorm and Storm Ruler, but it's also an Easter egg to the original Demon's Souls, okay? With Storm Ruler and, the giant stingray in the sky. Um so I do like that they brought back an Easter egg.
Mhm.
That's the only thing I like about this fight. So here's the bottom line, okay? They had to bring out a patch about 1 to 2 weeks after they released Augur to us because it would even float out of bounds and it would fall through the world and you would automatically win. I've seen it and it's hilarious and it's stupid. And it just goes to show that not all bosses are brought in without its own bugs. And now let's get to this fight here. I want you to take over here because I know you have a lot to say about this fight. Go
Yeah.
ahead, bro.
So
Because I
okay.
know 100% I'm going to agree with you.
Okay. So for me, when it came to this fight, when it came to the Everdark Augur fight, I feel like, yeah, like I can understand they have an Easter egg thing, but I feel like it was like a pull your ass under the rug type of thing, where it's like, you come into a thing and you're raring to go, like you have like a lightning build and everything like that, and it's like, oh, you get to the first fight and it's just like the Night Invader Augur or whatever you want to call it,
Mm,
right, and they're like, oh, and then like, oh, it drops the gold thing, and it's like, oh, what could this be? And then it's like, it's just a legendary +3 version of your character's starting weapon, like say, like Iron Eye's bow or Recluse's staff,
hmm
and it has Storm Ruler. And you kind of think to yourself, it's like, why? Why would they do this thing where, you bring in this build, and yet it gets taken away because you have to. Because the only way you can do it is with the fucking Storm Ruler. Now,
Yep.
I've the many times that I've done this, like I have like, I don't know if I want to say like a love-hate thing for this, but but as you know, Onyx, they have the weekly rotations of EverDark Sovereign bosses, correct?
Correct.
So if I was to do a thing where if like an EverDark Sovereign boss was going to be a thing, and the Fogger was going to be there, as much as I don't like how they did the third phase, it would probably be the one boss that I would not mind doing from time to time to grind the Sovereign Sigils.
Okay. And of
And
course, just as long as you have like good randoms with you.
that too. Because like the only thing I'd say that is really that's exceptional is the fact that if you charge the Storm Ruler, you can be able to actually restore your FP. So
Mm.
that's actually one of those things where it's like if I was to say play as Revenant and I could be able to like have like a healing build, I can be like, oh, I can be able to go and then heal myself, whatever.
But the
But yeah.
range on that fucking Storm Ruler is abysmal.
Oh yeah, it is very
I
abysmal.
hate that, and they never fix that. It's like, oh, they'll fix when it floats out of bounds and accidentally floats out of the bane of existence and you win. But they won't fix the range on the one thing that can damage it?
Yeah, that's the big thing. It's like, yeah, I've talked about this before, where it's like, if they're gonna force us to fucking do this, they need to have like the range be infinite.
Yeah, and also you can be under this fucking thing. You can target it and you can still miss.
Yeah,
And before
unfortunately.
anybody in the comments of this episode says, "Oh, get good," I have proof of not just one time this happening, but so many where I'll be under this thing and it clearly looks like, "Oh, I'm going to be able to hit it." It goes right through him. It goes right through this fucking boss, and I hate it. I hate it. I hate
Yeah.
it. So in this particular situation, I'm gonna let Rumble put this in a tier. And 9 times out of 10, I'm going to agree, but he's fought the Everdark version of this more than me
Yeah.
because it made me rage quit it. Because
So
sometimes the attacks, like I said, would go right through it, or my attacks wouldn't even be able to reach it. So Rumble, you put it in a tier.
okay, so is it the best thing ever? I'd say no. No,
No,
it's
no.
not the best. It's not the best fight ever.
It's not the
But
worst though,
yeah, it's not. It's
but
not
it's
the
damn
best
near
or the worst.
close though.
Shit, yeah. So for me, I'd probably put it between a low B and a low C because like I can't really explain it because it's like I've gotten used to the fact of how annoying it is where it's like, oh, you can only be able to damage it with Storm Ruler in this new phase. I probably would put it a little bit higher if they did the. I can't speak for Demon Souls, but for like
Mm,
Dark Souls because I know how you are with Storm Ruler and stuff.
mm,
But
mm,
if they had the thing to where you could be able to still do some damage with like your regular stuff
mm.
without having to use Storm Ruler, I probably would have bumped it up a little bit more. But I'd say like low B, low C at most.
I would do C. It does not deserve B to me.
Fair enough.
I,
I
I'll
can
I'll
roll
do
with it.
C. Yeah, I'll do C.
Okay, fair enough. I can go with C as well.
So C tier to Augur. All right, what's the next boss?
Bleh.
Oh no, F. I'm
Yeah,
I'm I'm not kidding. F.
I can. I'll go through it.
Before people in the comments mention Scholar and Undertaker, we are going to do our thoughts on the DLC and the characters when we play even more of it. We're already
Oh
playing it
yeah,
right now. We're not going to give any thoughts on it yet. We want to keep going with it, and we might do
yeah,
a
we're
episode in
gonna be
like a couple
experimenting.
months. Yeah, we're
Yeah,
still
we're
experimenting.
gonna be experimenting. We're gonna be testing things out thoroughly, because you want to get a very good understanding before you can actually put it like that.
Yeah. So we're doing this tier list without the usage of Scholar and Undertaker. So keep
Hmm.
this in mind, okay?
Yes,
But F,
yes,
no.
very F as in fuck that goat.
Let me explain why. Okay, so the first few minutes of the fight is okay.
Mm.
It's really just phase two. It really just is. And phase two is just him like jumping around like he's a basketball player, mixed with roid rage. That's really what it comes down to. Okay, but
Best way to go
then
for it.
but then he summons copies of your characters, and depending on what randos come in, the summons. Oh my god, I don't know how to explain it without wanting to scream into my microphone. Um, Help me out here.
Basically, the best way I can kind of say it is they have the craziest loadout sometimes whenever our Libra summons in the
Mm,
other condemns.
mm,
For example, and I hate and it's kind of like a so-so, but I know this is gonna be memed on, but Revenant with
and the
fucking Giant
giant
Crusher.
crusher. Yep.
Hmm.
I see
Hmm.
that all the fucking time.
Yeah, and stuff like that. It's like they have like Libra brings out the craziest builds for the characters, and it's like and like 9 times out of 10, they the condemned versions don't have what you have, so it's like they have something completely different.
Hmm I'd say though the roughest times I had with EverDark Libra was when, and I kid you not, I remember these very well because I did so many fights against this fucker, and I remember every freaking weird ass loadout had seen. One of them was a fucking Raider with Malekith's sword.
Oh God.
I had gotten that once. And not only does it have like the destined death thing that limits your HP, but
Hmm.
also when Libra decides to pull out that one little blessing of his where your HP is also halved,
Oh.
that happened with me when that raider was out, and I had only like I don't know, like 1 to 5% health.
Oh. Oh.
That made me rage so fucking bad. Another one was Iron Eye, even though I am an Iron Eye main. But this
Same.
son of a bitch had a Bloodhound's Fang, and it was spamming the fuck out of its special. So it was getting more ground than me. Wilder had some type of giant katana, and I'm like, who? I think it was like the washing pole or whatever.
I'm
Uh,
trying to
but
think, but go
but
on.
I'm like, why would you give Wilder a katana when it's a great sword user?
Yeah.
But of course, then there's the meme that you mentioned where it's Revenant and the fucking Giant Crusher.
Yeah,
Um,
or guts sword.
mm, but continue with your thoughts with Libra.
Basically, there's two words that sum up this motherfucker. Spam gank.
100%. 100%.
And if I may, if you told a story, can I tell something about EVERDARK Libra?
Go right ahead, man.
So, for me, I was trying to kill this motherfucker on my downtime because I think like I was trying to do it on stream at one point, but I kept on dying because, like I said, spamming gank, right?
Mm.
So I decided at random to play as Duchess, who was probably like my second to third character, alongside like or like Raider and Iron Eye.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I had like an Iron Eye and a Wilder, and somehow the Iron Eye that was on my team was going ham, and I kid you not, like somehow this motherfucker I know that I know it's gonna be kind of like a meme, but you know the whole like off you go type thing,
Yep.
like you like to do.
Yeah, I do.
Imagine that with this Iron Eye, okay? So I shit you not. This Iron Eye was literally doing his own little thing, and somehow like killing bosses. I almost want to say he might have killed the majority of the bosses and stuff on day one. That we somehow got to level 15 before day
Mm-hmm.
2 struck.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and
Okay.
so then day 2 comes, and this Iron Eye has I think like a jar cannon.
Oh
And
my god, I've seen the jar cannon ones with Iron Eye. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
the Siren I had the jar cannon, and I want to say it was like the Outline Commander because I don't know which one because I know it's like they both kind of act the same.
Mm-hmm.
But I shit you not, this motherfucker somehow managed to two-shot the boss, and we get kill it that way.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we finally got into Libra, he literally was able. He somehow he got his soul down in the health, and he somehow killed him without us barely doing anything.
You lucky
And
bastard.
yeah, and that's the thing too. It's like I don't know if he was just like very lucky as fuck, or if there was some sus going on. And by sus, I mean cheats.
Probably. Who knows?
And yeah, it's like it was one of those times where it's like, on the one hand, I'm like, I'm kind of like at a loss for words, but on the other hand, I'm like, fuck this boss. I now have his relic. I don't have to deal with it anymore.
Yeah, and also
So
shout out to Hippie Mike if he watches this. Hippie Mike, he helped me beat EverDark Libra for the first time. And it was
yeah,
it was both of us as Iron Eye. And we duoed the shit.
yeah.
And he didn't tell me that he had 2 Winding Graces because I only had 1. So I'm like, freaking the fuck out and everything. And we didn't even need to use. I don't think we even needed to use our Winding Graces.
No,
We
I don't
got.
think he did.
Yeah, I know he didn't because he didn't even tell me he had to. But that was one of the most stressful bosses that I have ever fought. And ay caramba, bro. It's up there with my stressful moments with Melania. It's up there with my stressful moments with Promise Consort Radon. That motherfucker should have stayed dead.
We got that out of the way. So
Hmm.
next up, Dark Drift Knight, or as I like to call him, the EverDark Drift Knight.
I like EverDark Drift Knight. I think his Phase 3 is very creative, and it goes really good with his lore. I've fought him the most, actually. I don't think he's that bad. The only bad things about him is when he's up in the air and he shoots those golden arrows at you.
Yeah,
Those can be rough.
and
But
the nuke.
and his nuke. However, if you have the right build in there, he's almost, I put almost in quotation marks, he's almost as handleable as his regular form. Because having the lightning with you, it's lightning, right? Not holy lightning.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
lightning. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
with if
mostly
you
weak to
have the
lightning.
lightning, he still gets staggered.
Yeah,
So I think he's up there with Tricephalus, where Tricephalus he also has a nuke, if you remember,
oh
um,
yeah,
and he's up there with Tricephalus. I would because we gave Tricephalus an A, right? Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
at
Let's.
most, yeah.
I'd give Dark Drift Knight Everdark an A because he's handleable to me.
I, I will. Okay, I'll say this. I'll kind of agree because, like, because I've had moments where, like, just like with Everdark Augur, okay,
Hmm.
I'll sometimes try my luck on grinding Everdark Drift Knight for the
Mm,
sigil stuff, and I've had maybe some moments with that as well.
mm.
I don't like either phase, but if I was to do a thing, it's like, okay, yeah, they he's flashy, he's cool and all that, so I'll give him that. Like I say, like I say he goes kind of past fucking Tricephalus in a sense, but yeah.
Oh, you want to give him an S tier?
No, I'm talking about like like on the side, like
Oh,
like how the left side, right side.
mm.
Like he's on the left side. Like he's over Tricephalus.
Oh, I was about to be surprised right there, but yeah, A tier's worth it to me. Yeah. All right,
Yeah,
who's
I
next?
take it. Caligo.
So he we have two different track records with this dragon. So
Mm.
with the right build and the right randos, he's not too bad. The main thing that makes him the hardest to me is when he gets his ice armor. When he gets his ice armor, that's what makes things a little, well, I wouldn't say a little harder, but just harder. Um, Now, it's one of those things where it's either worst, I wouldn't say that. But, because here's the thing I would much rather fight Caligo than Libra.
Mm.
I would much rather fight Caligo than Adele. Now, here's the thing would I rather fight Augur or Caligo? That's where I don't know because they're both like yin and yang on what makes them just hard as fuck to me.
Yeah.
So when it comes to Caligo, I'm gonna let you tier list it.
Uh,
So give your
so
thoughts. Yeah.
okay, so yeah, so basically, like, yeah, with the right, but not only with the right build and the right randos, the other thing worth mentioning is the shifting earth, because if you can
Mm.
somehow like either get RNG boosts to give you the mountaintop, or like say, if you're doing duos, and like either you or the person hosting, gets concept of shifting earth a mountaintop,
Mm.
then I'd say yeah, like it can be decent. Like the one thing I say I don't like about it is his drive by. Basically, like in a nutshell,
Oh
what he
yeah, yeah,
does.
yeah, 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 yeah. That's right. He does have that. Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, for those that don't know, I'll try and explain. So, in his little phase two, like he'll come in and he'll be like just shooting the Jesus out of you with all like like these ice shards and shit like that. And he'll do like maybe like a couple of drive-bys, and he'll finally stop, and he'll and he'll just like go all out for like another one and all that. But yeah,
Yeah. So
um,
what would you put him on the list? Because here's the thing. I'm sticking with this. I'd rather fight him than Adele. I'd much rather fight him than Libra. So it's definitely not an F tier. And
oh
and I
no,
and I don't think it's a D tier either.
I'd say like high. I say maybe high C because yeah, like I would rather not. Like between because I would rather fight Caligo versus Everdark, a Libra or Gaping Jaw or whatever. But
What about
I
Augur though?
If I had to choose between him and Augur, like I definitely would probably go with Augur. Crazy enough.
Okay. So you say high C,
Mm-hmm.
which, by the way, high C is an amazing old fashioned drink by there. All right. So who's next here?
That's basically it because there's
Yeah,
only
that's right.
7.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Now,
next, yeah.
but I wonder if they'll ever do Hellister.
See, yeah, that's kind of the thing that I was kind of thinking about because, like, I remember commenting on the video about, and someone mentioned about, like, it was like, oh, when they'll do a thing where they'll bring an Everdark Coolster, and I'm like, why would they do that, and why would you want that?
See, the weird thing is that in the game files, he has a third phase original soundtrack,
But he
but
hasn't
but he
been
has no
mentioned.
third phase, which is interesting to me. So it's like, why would you put the third phase music in the game files, but you wouldn't have him have a third phase? Now, I mean, this we could also like bring this to like Bloodborne, for example, where there was bosses that were not in the game and they were hidden in the game files, and the community found them in like random dungeons. You know,
Hmm.
so that's why I'm kind of iffy if they're going to do a third phase.
I honestly hope that they don't. I mean,
Yeah.
because one thing, because think about this for a second, okay? Why would you do an Everdark version of the final boss when you could have done that when the game was literally introducing Everdark Sovereign bosses?
Yeah, that's true. And they would have done
Uh,
it by now.
yeah, and also like, and people say, and I hate to say it, but like people say that this fucker's easy, and I'm like, no, he ain't.
No, Hellister's not easy, but I have had a couple interesting fights with him. I'll have to send it to you later, Rumble. But there was one time where me, big shout out to Detroit Spider, and another friend of ours, we had a fight with Hellister, and I'd say it lasted less than a minute.
I gotta say that's
And
definitely got to be the craziest
it
one.
was weird. It was weird. But anyways, let's talk about Deepest Night.
Yeah, let's do that because that's pretty much like the other thing that got implemented at one point that we've had our little fair share of. So
So I'll give my thoughts because I played enough of it to have my thoughts on it, but I know you've played more of it since I got a bit burnt out of Night Rain. So
go ahead.
I don't think it's worth it. I think it's boring as hell. Okay, it's hard, yes, and it's very random on who your final boss will be. But the fact that your rewards only work on that hardest difficulty and you can't use it for anything else is very boring to me. And I feel that it takes away from the experience. Like, okay, I've gotten some really good deep dark relics for some of my characters, and I do have them equipped. Yes, yes. But the fact that you can't choose between what relics you can use in the regular version is stupid. So, like, for example, you know how you have 3 slots? You
Hmm.
can't put deep dark relics in a regular slot. They have their
Yeah.
own slot. So it's like if I could choose whether to put one of the deep dark relics into a regular slot to play on regular mode, I'd be down with that. But you don't have that ability.
Nope.
And it's like it's really trying to promote you to do deep night. And
Yeah.
I got to depth 2, and I was so bored with it. I was done. I didn't want to do anymore. It reminded me of when back in the day, I would grind the hell out of season modes in Fallout 76. And while it was fun to do that with friends, I just slowly started getting burnt out about it. I was like, I need some more story stuff. There hasn't been that much story stuff in 76 in a long time. I mean, yeah, we got some extensions to the map, but once I platinumed Fallout 76, I was like, I'm only going to play this with my friends. I can't play Night Rain anymore, like with randos or even by myself anymore, because I got so burnt out of trying to get to depth 2 just to see what it's like that I got bored.
Shit.
And I hadn't played Night Rain in a long time because I kept remembering how bored I got with it. To where the only times I would ever play Night Rain is either A, if some of my close friends need the best Iron Eye in the game, or if me and Rumble are doing one of our special collaborations. And, you know, in an instant, if Rumble's like, hey, let's do a collab, tag me in, bro. I'm coming. You know, but it's okay for what it is, but I think Deepest Night is very boring and repetitive. Like, all it is just, oh, when you get to depth 2, things will be harder, and if you lose points in your depth, which is really stupid. It's like, keep in mind, this is where the repetitiveness came in, and it fueled to me being bored. It's like, how can I feel satisfied about getting to depth 2 when even the stupidity of a rando coming in to play with can affect your rank? So that's why I was like, I can't play any of this anymore until the DLC came out, you know, which, you know, we're currently doing that right now. But
yeah, it's a slow and steady process. Like I said, we'll give us time, okay?
yeah, give us time with that. But I'll give my final thoughts on putting it on this tier list when you're done yapping about it, because I want you to yap about it. Because I know you've played more of it than me, but I played enough for me to give my thoughts. So you have the stage, Rumble.
I feel so honored.
Oh yeah, very much so.
So honestly, man, like I honestly have to say, like, you took the words right out of my mouth, because yeah, I have tried my luck on Deep of Night, and I too have gotten to depth 2, and the times that I remember trying to play it, like, oh my fucking god, I could barely get to do anything because of one thing, and that is randos.
Mm-hmm.
And because every time, like, someone would go down, even just once, oh, you know, so and so leaves the world, never comes back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, you know, fuck this shit.
And also, let me interrupt just one little second here. Also, when it comes to Deepest Night or Deep Night, I keep switching between them because I don't fucking care about the name. You get the point, though, people listening at home. But it's supposed to be that depending on the depth you are on is what players you get teamed with. Like, you get teamed with, like, people of the similar depth as you. And honestly, I think that's a load of shit. Because of what you just said. Like, they'll just fucking leave. And it will affect your rank.
Yeah, quite, yes.
But yeah, continue.
So like I said, like, it was a bitch and a half, even for me to get to depth 2, because like I said, most of the time, every time I tried to play, it was always randos leaving, and yeah, and like on the one, and you talk about the relics, like, yeah, you know, they had like some interesting relics and stuff like that, but what's the point if you can't be able to take them and use them in regular mode?
Mm-hmm. Like give us the ability to, like, switch out one of our Just 3 regular relic slots for one of those.
Yeah, and like in my opinion, like you want to know what I would do, in order to kind of spice things up, honestly.
No, but I'm sure you're going to tell me.
Yes, I am.
Cause I want to know. Yeah, go ahead.
So if you want to be able to do a thing of like spice it up, right?
Hmm.
If you want to do everything like that, just fucking do a thing where it's like you just queue for all the bosses, like regular bosses and whatever Everdark bosses are in the rotation, and just hit fucking play and just go from there. Because at least then you don't have to worry about like mutated red enemies, like one
Mm.
shotting you or having like OP stuff happening to you. Because honestly. I know, like I can get like this is supposed to be like a bit of like a hard mode type thing, but the balance is just
Off.
fucking abysmal.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it feels like no matter how much you get, like no matter how how many levels you get, no matter what kind of weapons you get, you still are gonna get one shot, and it's like either nerf the shit out of Deep of Night or buff the characters to the max at most, and then maybe that'll be something. And another thing, like you said, the fucking losing the ability of like your points, and it's like. I would rather fucking deal with Everdark Drift Night on just grinding for those sigils versus even touching Deep of Night. Like,
Mm.
and I'm gonna say like the whole sorry not but not really sorry. I would not be sad if they took away Deep of Night. Like I say, get rid of Deep of Night because
Hmm.
it's literally one of the worst fucking things that they've done with this game.
Yeah, I do agree with that. Yeah. Also, I don't know about you, but when it came to the randomizing of the bosses on what you would play in Deepest Night,
Yeah.
I'd say I got teamed up the most with Libra. And that's why I was getting so burnt out of it.
I
There was a couple times I got Tricephalus and it was regular Tricephalus. But the thing is that it switches. You don't know if you're going to get the regular version of the boss or if you're going to get the Everdark version of the boss.
Yeah, like I think because I haven't really been able to fully test it, but I think like this because I've been hearing like they say the deeper that you go, the more random that your boss is, to
Mm.
the point where to the point where like when you get to the character select screen, you don't even get to see the fucking icon of the boss.
Yeah, you don't. Like, it's. Yeah.
Phew. Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
you got anything else to say about it? Or is that all?
Well, I mean, as far as Deep of Night goes, like I've got my fair share of that, but like there is kind of something I want to talk about since I want to go back to the Avarok bosses for a little bit.
Well, before
So
we go back to the Everdark bosses, we should put Deepest Night on the tier list here. So, here's the thing. There's good concepts in it,
mm,
but it's the balance issues, the limitations of the relics. Now, keep in mind, I don't mind some of the bad stuff that you can get on some relics. That's fine. I don't care about that, to be fair.
yeah,
It's just about the balancing of it. And also, like I said, randos can affect your rank. And I hate
fine,
that. So
fine.
I'd put it at like a high D tier.
I can roll with that actually.
Yeah, because here's the thing. It's not Deepest Night's not F tier. If they were to change a few things, hell, it would skyrocket.
Yeah, at
But
most, yeah.
and keep in mind, this is our opinions. Opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one. So me and Rumble, we put Deepest Night, Deep Night, whatever the fuck they want to call it, on D tier. D
hmm
for Deepest Night. Ah! Um,
Oh.
but yeah, you wanted to talk more about the Everdark bosses. Go ahead.
Yeah, so as we both know, with the regular bosses, we get special boss relics, correct?
Mm.
So I want to kind of like do a bit of a thing where I want to
You
kind
want
of
to
give myself.
rank the special relics, don't you?
I mean, we could. I mean, I was going to say like,
Ooh.
we could, but also I was kind of maybe like giving my thoughts about like some of them. Like the one thing I always found very stupid, like I say like the one worst relic is got to be fucking EverDark Libra's relic.
Yes, I remember that.
Because the thing is, right, it's like basically it's all about madness. Because it's like, oh, you know, like you if you do the cross leg gesture, it builds up madness. But
Mm,
when you hit madness, you will cover FP, and it's like, oh, the other thing is taking attacks improves attack power,
very
right?
much
So
so.
now,
Yes.
yeah, now and I want to kind of like kind of explain about the regular. So basically, in a nutshell, two of the three effects are the exact same, but the other one is huge ruin discount for shop purchases while on expedition. Like, you could not have thought of something better to fucking give us by dealing with the baddest motherfucker in the worst way or whatever. Like, come
Oh
on.
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 100%. We.
But
Oh, you know
yeah,
what though? Oh man, we should totally put in the tier list for this episode the the actual like boss relics. Let's do that. Let's do that because I just pulled that shit up.
okay, okay.
And I got the list right here. Um, so let's see. Let's start from the beginning here. Night of the Beast,
Yeah,
which
Dark Knight of the
is
Beast. Yeah.
yeah. Well, this is just regular Night of the Beast.
Okay,
Um,
well.
this is Tricephalus's first one, which is
Hmm.
stamina recovers for with each successful attack +1, and sharing
Hmm.
armament deals fire damage. I like that
It,
one because it's
it,
useful for sentient pest,
oh yeah.
and plus that is actually one that I use a lot of. Because of the stamina recovers with each successive attack, that's what gives it a very high one to me. I'm giving that an A.
I can go with an A. Yeah,
Because
it's definitely.
the thing is, there is a few of them that are S tier, and I'll be getting to those.
Yeah.
But yeah, Night of the Beast, A tier.
Hmm.
Night of the Baron, that is Adele's.
Yep.
Um, improved critical hits +1. Art gauge fills moderately upon critical hit. Critical hits boost stamina recovery. Um, that is good if you put that on somebody like Wilder, because Wilder has really good fast criticals.
Yeah, yeah.
So it doesn't go with every um, class versus the one with Tricephalus, which can go for like
The majority,
75%.
yeah.
Yeah, 75% of the classes. This one I'd
Yeah.
probably give maybe a B.
Yeah, yeah, B is good. Yeah, I mean, cause, like, yeah, because yeah, basically, if you have like a certain character, like like Wilder, yeah, it can be a thing, and all that. Yeah.
Next is Knight of the Champion. This is Dark Drift Knights.
Hmm.
Increased maximum stamina. Guard counter is given a boost based on current HP. HP restoration upon thrusting counterattack. That is useful for our favorite Birdman, Guardian.
Guardian, yeah.
That is a Guardian one, 100%.
Oh yeah.
Um, I'd probably give that maybe a C.
Yeah, I mean, because yeah, it's one of those things where it's like it's
It's
best for
like built for Guardian. Yeah.
yeah.
Let's see. Night of the Demon. Freaking Libra. Uh, huge rune discount for shop purchases while on expedition. Gesture
Hmm.
cross legs builds up madness. Madness continuously recovers HP. D.
I'd say F, but it's
I
close.
I say I say D because its EverDark version is worse.
Oh, okay, yeah, I will agree. Yeah,
There you go.
yeah,
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 yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Next, Knight of the Fathom. That is regular Maris.
Mm.
Increased maximum HP. Flask also heals allies. Item confer effects for all nearby allies. That is an S tier to me.
Oh yeah, because that actually can be pretty nice for for like duo or trios. Yeah, I'd have to put that S.
Yeah, yeah. Knight of the Lord. That is Hellisters.
Yep.
Switching weapons adds an affinity attack, boosts attack
Hmm.
of added affinity attacks, switches weapons boosts on attack power. I think that is an A tier one, and I'm gonna explain why. It tag teams with Dark Knight of the Champion for me, because I have a character that tag teams both of those, and even though it's kind of one of those types of runes, well, relics, that
Yeah.
is like a one shot hurting build on something, it's very useful. So
I
in
can
my opinion, I give Night Lord A tier.
I can go with that. I mean, I've always I like about doing I like using that for what I like to call the random infinity build for some of my level ups, where it's like you switch to the thing and it's like and I say like if you have like a recluse, it could be good to use if you have one of them on your team.
Oh yeah, very much so. Another favorite of mine, Knight of the Miasma. That is Caligo's regular one. Nearby
Hmm.
frostbite, conceal self, changes compatibility, armament skill to chilling mist at start of expedition, attack power up when facing frostbite affected enemies. That is good to put on Executor and on Duchess.
Yeah, I agree.
I would give that B.
Yeah, because I say it's decent. It's not the greatest thing, but it's not the worst thing at all. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Knight of the Wise. This is Nosters.
Hmm.
Increased maximum FP. Starting armament inflicts poison. Poison and rot in vicinity increases attack power. Now, here's the thing. When we first got this relic, the first thing we thought of is Adele's going to be our bitch. And it was correct. Now,
Yeah.
while the increased maximum FP is meh, the last two are very, very useful. I use this specifically with my poison build for
Oh
my
yeah.
Iron Eye.
Yeah.
This is
It's
this,
definitely good. Mm.
yeah. This is if it didn't have the FP one, I would have given it an S, but I give it an A.
I can go with A. Well, I mean, yeah, I say, in my opinion, like I say, like the three characters that I probably would put it on is like, well, okay, I'll say four because he's missing out, but it's like
Hmm.
I'd say for like it could be a thing for Executor, Duchess, Iron Eye, and Revenant because I say because even though like
Yeah,
the FP
Revenant, it
thing
would be
is
good for like the increased FP. Yeah.
yeah, and then also and it's also like one of those things where you can have like a starting armament, inflict something. So yeah, but yeah, I can give it an A. Yeah.
All right, now to the Dark Relics. So, first one on the list is Dark Knight of the Baron. Improved critical hits +1, improved critical hits. Critical hits earn runes. That is very useful for Wilder.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a build that uses that with Wilder. Um, A tier.
Okay, eight,
Because the
eight sounds
improved
good.
critical hits are very, very good.
Oh yeah, and you get some out of it too.
Yeah, indeed. Dark Knight of the Champion. Now, this is the one that I tag team with Knight of the Lord. Increased maximum stamina, boost attack power of added affinity attacks. Defeating enemies fills more of your art gauge.
Mm-hmm.
That's an A.
That yeah, I'll give it an A too. Yeah, because
Because
I've used that
because
for quite a bit.
well, here's the thing. Not only does it tag team with Knight of the Lord, honestly. But that increased maximum stamina is so fucking useful.
Oh yeah.
Like, it will save your ass. Because there's the ones that give increased stamina +1, increased stamina +2, and I think there's +3. But the increased maximum stamina is more of a 4. Which is really good. Which is very, very good.
Yeah.
So yeah, A tier for Dark Knight of the Champion.
Yeah.
Dark Knight of the Wise. Increased maximum FP, FP restoration upon successive attacks. Max FP permanently increases after releasing Sorcerer's Rise mechanism. That is useful the most for only 2, well, maybe 3, but
At most.
specifically 2, and that is Recluse and Revenant.
Yep.
Now, we say 3 because it could also go good with Duchess in a way because of the increased FP stuff. But that's
Yeah.
only if you go the spell route with Duchess.
True. Yeah.
Let's see. Next is Dark Knight of the Fathom. Increased maximum HP, continuous HP recovery, slowly recover HP of self and nearby allies when HP is low. So here's the thing. I think the third one is trash. Because if you have a team that isn't together all the time, that third one is not going to be damn near good. Now, the increased maximum FP and continuous HP recovery, I have that on one of my builds with Iron Eye.
I think I had that with Duchess.
Oh, very good. A tier.
Yeah, A tier for me too.
Because here's the thing: if we were going to give something S tier, all 3 of its effects would have to be the most useful. All right. Dark Knight of the Miasma. Let me pull it up because it's not popping it up for me. Okay. Frostbite in vicinity conceals self. Starting armament inflicts frost. Improved physical damage negation. That is an S tier.
Oh yeah, I
Because
agree
putting that on Executor is so fucking fun. Especially
yeah,
the whole meme thing about giving it because its katana has bleed. You can there's one that gives a poison ash of war on it, and then and then there's the inflicts frost. That is an S tier, and I know people still to this day they use that one. They use that one.
Yeah, pretty much done to be like a triple proc, and I think I use that also for my anime because I know I have a frost build with him too. So
Yeah. All right. Next is Dark Knight of the Beast. This one is stamina recovery upon landing attacks +1. Taking attacks improves attack power. Fire attack power up +2. This is the most useful on a raider because raider and maybe guardian. But the thing is that it has the fire attack power up +2. I'm gonna give it A tier, and I'm gonna tell you why. So, if it didn't have the taking attacks improves attack power, but give it like starting armament gives fire, it would have been complete S tier plus. It would have been S tier plus because it just would have worked. It just would have worked. But because of this, the only 2 builds I could see this working with is Guardian and Raider. Maybe Wilder, but you definitely do not want to put this on a squishy build. You don't want to do that.
I also would kind of say that, and this is probably my 2 cents, but I'd say it could probably be good with Iron Eye as well because I'm trying to think of myself. It's like the whole fire attack up like. Because I'm thinking like either like A, you can make a fire bed out of this, or like B, like the whole like your shooting part of the fire, or something like that.
But the thing is that you would have to either have one of 2 things to make that viable. You would have to have either a starting armament with fire on it, or you'd have to have fire paper. And the randomization of the game there's some moments where you don't get the right type of fire. I mean, not fire paper, the right
Fire
paper
grease.
itself. Yeah, the right grease to make that viable.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I can definitely see it. I mean, because the thing is with me is I have the majority of the characters except for like Recluse and Revenant. I have a thing where it's like I have the majority of them have like special little builds for like each little thing, and I think like for my Iron Knight, like I think I have like one where I had like a lucky. Like a lucky roll relic, where I like starting element deals fire and all that stuff, and I think I have that. Question mark, question
Yeah.
mark, question mark.
But now to the worst relic in this game, Dark Knight of the Demon. So taking damage improves attack power. Gesture cross legs builds up madness. Madness continues recovery HP. I mean FP. So this is an F tier, and I'm going to tell you why. One of the most stressful and hardest, in my opinion, EverDark bosses isn't even a new type of relic.
Sadly,
What
yes.
I was hoping was that it was going to be starting armament gives madness buildup. That's what I
Yeah.
wanted. Because here's the thing, Dark Knight of the Demon, keep this in mind. Taking attacks improves attack power. Gesture cross legs builds up madness. Madness continuously recovers FP. And what does the actual one do? Huge rune discount for shop purchases while on expedition. Gesture crossed legs builds up madness. Madness continuously recovers FP.
Yeah.
Like the only good thing about that relic is the rune discount. And that's not even that useful on occasions. This one
Yeah.
is like, oh, you should totally put this on a raider because taking the tax improves attack power. Fuck you, game. So F tier on that piece of shit.
Yeah, okay,
Um,
yeah, I will say yes, F tier for that. Like, I mean, it's like, yeah, the only thing with the regular one is the discount, but it's like, when are you gonna, when is anyone gonna fucking use that shit?
all right, I want to do one more little tier list thing here with you as well. Now, you have more knowledge in some of these. I was going to have us rate the special relics that you get from storylines.
Oh, okay, so the remembrance relics, huh?
Yes, yes. So
Okay.
some of these I'll give my 2 cents on, but most of these you'll be given your thoughts on. So the first one here is Rishmerst Frame, which this is the one that is specifically for Revenant. This is how you unlock her as a playable character. But
Mm-hmm.
also, it has 2 effects. Taking
Yep.
attacks improves attack power, and the Faith +3. I know people tend to sometimes put this on Raider because of the taking attacks one.
Yeah.
But this unlocks a new character, though, so that automatically puts it a bit higher than like the lowest here.
Yeah.
So what would you put it on with just that
Uh,
stuff in mind?
I'd say probably around like the B area because like for one, yeah, you mentioned it only has like 2 things. It's like the taking attack power thing and faith +3, and it's like there's not really like the only ones you can be able to really probably do it with is like Recluse and Revenant, and that's really about it. I mean, it's like say for example, you don't have like the best, like you don't have like a shit ton of relics, right? But you have
Mm.
this. Like it's good to use for a while, but then like at the end of the day, you'll get something probably much better in like a god tier roll or something.
So you put that at B?
At most, yes.
I would have put it at like a high C.
Fair enough.
Because keep in mind, like you just said, you'll get better ones in the future.
Yeah.
And it's mostly good just for that one effect of taking attack improves attack power.
Yeah.
Would you rather
I,
put that at C?
Oh, okay. I'll agree with you. Yes, I'll give it a C because yes, it's like again, yeah, yes,
Because
a C.
trust me, there's going to be much better ones than that,
Oh yeah, there
especially
there
in
will
this
be.
list.
There will be, yes.
All right,
Yes,
so yeah, you're good. Black Claw Necklace. This is specifically for our friend Raider. Defeating enemies near Totem Stella restores HP. Defeating enemies fills more of the art gauge and poise +3. That poise +3 is so fucking useful
yeah.
because it makes you stagger less and especially defeating enemies near Totem Stella. Totem Stella is good at interrupting bosses and stuff too.
Oh yeah.
Now, this one in particular, I would give this a B.
Okay.
Would you agree?
Okay, yes, I will give this one a B because the one thing I would say that, in my opinion, like one thing you could probably do with this is have a thing where the Tolem Stella is extended. So like, if you
Hmm.
had something like that, pair that with that, and yeah, I think you can get
Yeah, if you
value on
have
it.
that, it'll
Especially like if you get
yeah.
like a yeah, especially like if you get like if you're doing like a crowd thing and then then do that, then yeah.
Yeah, so we give that a B.
Hmm.
Blessed Flowers. This is specifically only for executors. So this is automatically going to kind of lower it down because with you and me, we like relics that can be used for all characters.
That is true. Yes, it is nice to have.
So Blessed Flowers is with Executor. While character skill is active, unlocking use of Cursed Sword restores HP. And
Hmm.
Dexterity +3.
Yep.
So this one, C tier. I'm going to say why. Is while this is decent on Executor, there's better ones to put on Executor. But the thing that saves this is the Dexterity +3.
Oh yeah.
You can put this on someone like Duchess because she mainly uses her dexterity. Well, that
That is true.
and Iron Eye if you do a build that needs more dexterity.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where it's like it's a good thing to use early on, but like later, you might get lucky, got two rolls, and get something much better.
Now, here's the thing though. This next one is what I would consider damn near close to S tier.
Oh,
But we might still give it S tier, and I'm going to give some thoughts on it. Blessed Iron Coin. While on Duchess, defeat enemies while art is active ups attack power, but continuous HP recovery and vigor +3. That vigor +3 is so fucking useful on any character. And the continuous HP recovery, if you tag team that with another relic that gives either continuous HP recovery or the critical hits recover HP, or the attacks upon successive hit restores HP. That is one of the most useful to give on any character. Now, the thing
true.
is, because of my rule about relics that only work on certain characters, where I would kind of give that a downgrade a tier, this might break that rule because of the simple fact of just the combination of the vigor +3 and the continuous HP recovery.
Hmm?
That's useful for almost any build that's especially long range.
Oh yeah.
Like you could put that on a revenant and that'd be useful. So
That is
I
true.
would give Blessed Iron Coin S tier.
I can go with that. I mean, it's like like around like an SA because like it's like a little thing where it's like it has like because yeah, one has three effects, but like two of them or mainly the thing. But like, yeah, I can roll with that. Yeah, it's a nice little thing to have, and if you can have like maybe like if you get lucky, you get like a nice health loadout relic or something.
Hmm. Now you'll have more knowledge in this one. Bone like stone. This is recluses. Activating ultimate art raises max HP, suffer blood loss, and increase attack power upon art activation and intelligence +3. You are the only one that can tier list that one because I don't use it.
Okay, so in my opinion, like I like to use this. I think like with this, and I think like Vestige of Night because it's the thing where it's like the more you do her little like little song thing, like the more you can be able to get like some pretty good some pretty good health, and you can see your little health bar raise actually. Um, I'd say I'm trying to think because like because two of these are mainly for recluse, but only one is like it was like a universal. I'm gonna call it universal. We'll say like it's a universal thing because it's not character specific. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, so I'd say probably I'd say like it's kind of like a low B because it's mainly a good thing to use for recluse,
Mm.
stuff like that because of the whole health and like this like the blood loss for each time can sort of like use for the magic, and I kind of like to pair it with Vestige of Night because collecting Infinity Residue activates Terra Magica, so you
Hmm.
don't have to do that. So you don't have to like find a fucking staff that that has that ability and like the magic +2. So it's not the worst, but it's not the best because it's mainly a thing for recluse at most. So a low B at most.
Okay. Cracked Sealing Wax. This is Iron Eyes.
Hmm.
Extend duration of weak point and critical hit earns runes. I would probably give that maybe either low C or high D.
Yeah, because it's like because mainly again, it's like it's a one character specific, one universal thing, and it's like you could probably have better luck getting more or like better relics and have like a third one at most. So it's like
So
it's
would you give it a D tier then?
yeah, I'll give it a high D. I mean, 'cause like it's decent for it's one of those things where it's like it's decent for early on, but then later on in your journey you'll probably get something much better.
Okay. Cracked Witch's Brooch. This one is specifically for Guardian, and this is one that you have. Slowly restores nearby allies' HP while art is active. Reflect a portion of damage received when ability is activated. Keep in mind those two are specifically only used for Guardian. But then there's the
Hmm.
bigger +3.
Yeah, so the weird thing about this is that there is a cracked version and there's a regular version, but
We'll get to the regular version in a little bit.
what well actually we can do it now because funny enough they're both the same.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, because I have the regular witch's brooch on my guardian. It's like it literally is the exact same thing. Like I don't know why they really do this, unless you maybe have like another blue slot, like another slot or something like that. But yeah, they're basically both the same.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Oh, yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Okay, I see that now. Yeah. So, what would you give them both?
Well, it's because I'd say that because they're both the same thing. It's just with one being cracked. I'd say if I'd say like it's one of those
It's based around the story, basically.
yeah, it's basically one of yeah it's a story thing like whether if you execute recluse or not. But yeah, I'd say it's mainly good for Guardian himself. So it's kind of like around like a low B, high C for me.
Mm. I
Cause
say
I,
we go.
cause
I say we go C tier with it.
cause, yeah, cause I like to use this on my Guardian build. Cause especially because of the whole situation with the slowly restored nearby allies HP while it's active, so you can and you come crashing down. If
Hmm.
you hold your art, you can be able to heal yourself and also your allies in case, like, say you don't, either if you have any flask or healing things.
True. Crown Medal. This is specifically for Duchess. Dagger chain attacks reprises event upon enemies, and improved dagger attack power. I would probably give that C tier.
I can agree. I mean, because yeah, it's a
Because it's
situation.
useful, but there's better things.
Yeah, it's a start. It's a good starter, but then it'll get overshadowed more likely later on.
All right, so this next one, I already know what I'm going to rate it, but I'm going to read it anyways. Edge of Order. This is specifically the final relic that you get for Iron Eye.
Hmm.
Iron Eye boosts thrusting counterattacks after executing Arct. Starting armament deals holy damage and
Hmm.
improved bow attack power. So here's the thing. I'm going to give it an A, and I'm going to tell you why. There's bosses, especially the final boss, that are weak to holy damage.
Yep.
The improved bow attack power is very useful. Now keep in mind, it's only useful for Iron Eye, but I'm going to explain more why I give it the A tier. The boosting thrust counterattacks is what drops it to an A. If it had a different one for the third ability, I would have given it S. This is the closest to a damn near perfect static relic for Iron Eye.
Yeah.
And that's why I gave it an A. What do you think? Because you main Iron Eye as well, so.
Yeah, I'd say like this could be very good for. Yeah, this is mainly good for Iron Eye, especially like if you're doing a whole like a holy thing. Because what I like to do is I like to tag team that with Dark Knight as a champion because it not only
Mm,
builds the stamina but also the boost attack power and all that jazz.
yeah.
But I also kind of like to do a thing where it's like if you could somehow get lucky to have the armament of Rain of Arrows, then it's pretty. I'd say it's pretty nice.
So would you give it A tier as well?
Yes.
Okay. Now for the so-called secret relic, Fell Omen Fetish. You told me about this one.
Yes.
And when I found out that you could redo the tutorial, I thought that was really weird. So switching weapons boosts attack power, improved throwing knife damage,
Hmm.
vigor +1.
Yep.
So I have mixed feelings on this relic. So for one, who gives a flying fuck about improved throwing knife damage?
Yeah.
The switching weapons boosts attack power is pretty decent.
Yeah.
The vigor +1 is also pretty decent. This is a good starting game relic.
Oh yeah, I agree.
So for that, low C.
Okay, I can deal with those two too because yeah, it's
Because
yeah, low,
we're gonna run into much worse ones.
yeah.
So would you agree, low C?
Yeah, low because again, like it's a thing that you could probably it'll be decent like early thing if you don't have a whole lot. Then afterwards, it's like yeah, I have better.
Yeah. Golden Dew. This is a Duchess one. Improved character skill attack power, which is really good for Duchess. Boost attack power of added affinity attacks. I would also I would probably give this a low B. Because for Duchess, it's very useful. Especially with her special ability with her dagger, where you can when you use its skill, you have a little bit of magic on your dagger,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll always find a better dagger in the game.
Yeah.
I'd say it's like a 9 out of 10 drop. You'll always find either a second dagger in the game so you can dual wield with her, or you'll find a better dagger, period.
Yeah.
So, low B?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. Golden Sprout. This is an Executor one. Executor Roaring restores HP while art is active. HP recovery from successful guarding. Slowly restore HP for self and nearby allies when HP is low. So, here's the thing. This can be used for Executor, but I know people that use it for Guardian.
True.
C.
I'll give it a low B because even though it is a thing for executive, like I don't know why, because like I like using this especially for the roaring, because like if you can be able to pull it off and everything like that, you can be able to to heal people and all that. But I'm gonna give it a low B, close to a C.
Okay. I'll agree with you there.
Mhm.
Old Pocket Watch. So this is basically technically the first story-bound relic that you get.
Yeah.
FP restoration upon successive attacks and dexterity +3. I give this high B.
Okay, that B's not bad.
Because I say this because not all characters rely on FP.
True.
But that dexterity +3 is useful for any character that uses dexterity for their attacks.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this next one is one that you have, but I don't have it. Old Portrait. This is Revenant.
Yeah.
Revenant's 2 effects are trigger Ghost Flame Explosion during ultimate art activation, expend own HP to fully heal nearby allies when activating art, and then defeating enemies fills more of your art gauge.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to take that one. So
Okay, so in my opinion, like, it's a good thing. It's kind of like a good thing to have for both, like maybe like solo and in multiplayer and all that. Because the one thing about it is, like, say like you got like low tier enemies that are getting on money, like like say soldiers, right?
mhm.
And you do the thing that you have your R active, and you can both just let it rip and all that, and then that can actually be able to do some damage. Or like say you go to that holy place to deal with the bubble boys. You know what I'm talking about?
I do.
That could be useful. The expanding on HP to fully heal allies. If you can be able to get if you can be able to get like in like a decent range, it could be good as well. And of course, defeating enemies fill more dark gauge. I'd say I'd say because of how like it's mainly a good thing mostly for Revenant herself.
Mm.
If you have like maybe something like that has like like other things like maybe like power up alongside family when the ability is active or this that and the other. Um, I kind of give it a C because it's mostly a character specific thing. Because two of the things are for a character, while one is universal.
Okay. All right. So the next one, I don't have this one, but I know a lot about it, but I know you have used it. Silver Tier. This is specifically used to get Wilder's special ending.
Mm-hmm.
Wilder, art gauge greatly filled when ability is activated. Ultimate art gauge +3, but then there's the arcane +3. So
Mm-hmm.
let me give my small thoughts first, and then you can be the one to put it in the list here.
All
So
right.
Wilder doesn't need arcane. That's the main thing that frustrates me about the silver tier. The art gauge thing +3, yeah, that's useful for Wilder.
Mm-hmm.
The art gauge greatly filled when ability is activated. Yeah, because if you have the right relics equipped, you can use your arc gauge more than once.
Yeah.
So even though I've never used it, I've seen people use it. It's decent, but
Hmm.
I'm going to leave the tier listing to you. So you give your thoughts on silver tier.
So when it comes to the silver tier, like I actually have that as part of my what I like to refer to as the normal around the normal loadout. So I have that paired with like another one of his with another one of his things, which is the earring, which I know we'll get into in a moment. But
Mm.
yeah, if you go get that with like say like something that this will work for ultimate arcades or something like that, it could be pretty useful. I mean, yeah, the arcade's a little bit hit or miss, but I'd say if you have like maybe like like a decent wilder loadout where it's like you have like like certain things here, certain things there, and certain things everywhere, and all that, it could be fine. I'd probably put that around like B or C at most, probably like maybe in between ish because it's
Even with
you
the
know
arcane +3, though.
I mean. This may just, I don't know, this may be just a bit of a bit weird, because, like, I have the thing where it's, like, with his earring, and I have a thing where it's, like, I have the fiery follow-up attack with great swords, ultimate art gauge +1, and physical attack up +2, right? So,
Yeah, we'll be getting to that in a minute, though.
yeah, for me, I have that for my basic loadout for whenever I play Wilder, if I'm not, like, doing some, like, a boss weakness specifically.
Hmm.
So yeah, like I don't know. I find it all right. Like it's not the worst thing, but it's just my opinion on that.
Okay. Now, Slate Whetstone, I use this for my Wilder. Slate Whetstone is for Wilder, follow-up attacks possible when using character skill, greatsword only, and
Hmm.
physical attack up. This, I believe, is an A tier for Wilder.
Um, I can see it be it's okay. I mean, it's like it's one of the things. It's kind of like the thing that I have with my Wilder, where it's like it's a nice thing to use if for like early game, but you're more than likely to get it for there. So I say at most a B, because it's a good starter for Wilder, especially like you start out as him technically, and then like get something going from there.
Okay, I can go B. I'll go B. Okay, so this is another one that you have that I don't have. Small makeup brush. This is for Revenant. Power up while fighting alongside family, and increased rune acquisition for self and allies.
Okay, so again, this is one of those little situations where it's a nice little starting relic. If you could build maybe like tag team it with other relics that have stuff specifically for Revenant. It could be like a nice little tag team type thing, with those stuff.
Mm.
I'd say I'd say probably like maybe mid C at most because you can more than likely again it's a starting thing, but you'll probably like get some much better or some close to that with maybe like a third effect.
Okay. Okay. Stone Stake. You have this, but I don't. This is specifically for Guardian. Increased duration for character skill and character skill cooldown reduction +3.
Yeah. I kind of like I kind of like this one. I mean, I used it uh in my early little runs and everything before I managed to get something else, I think. But yeah, I like the fact of the increased character duration of character skill because I like because it turns into what I like to call like a mini tornado.
Okay.
And you can build like get like low tier enemies caught in that, and it'll be like they can't do anything because they're like taking damage stuff like that.
Okay.
Um, I'd say at most high C because it's not too bad to use for Guardian, especially I think like if you can have the one relic slot that has like the freebie thing with like the white relic where we
Okay.
can go put in anything. But yeah, like a high B for me at most.
Alrighty. Now I don't have this one, but I do want to get it one day. And I do have my 2 cents on it as well. Is the Wilder's earring? Two effects just for Wilder. Art activation spreads fire in area. +1 additional character skill use, and then stamina recovery for each successful attack. I want to put that in A because I see a lot of people use this relic.
Funny enough, I'm one of them.
And specifically, whenever I unlock it, I want to put that on my universal Wilder build. So,
I like it. I mean, yeah, I actually use this with like I equip this with the silver tier and the other one that all that. Like, yeah, I like it. I'll give it a name myself.
okay. Um, Third volume. This is one you have. This is for Guardian. Creates whirlwind when charging halberd attacks and HP restoration upon halberd attacks. So that's specifically only for Guardian. So that kind of puts it lower on the tier list, though.
Yeah.
Um, but because you have it, it's completely up to you what you want it to be.
Um, I say it's around the C area because like for one, like I don't really use the creates whirlwind while charging halberd attacks, but like it is very nice to have for the HP restoration upon halberd attacks because because Guardian is known for that. And it's one of those little situations where again, nice starter, but then you probably might get something better along the way.
So what would you put it at?
I'll put it at low C because it's not the worst, but it's not like the best thing. It's a decent starter.
Why don't you put it at D then? I'm actually surprised you did. I thought you were going to put it at D because the way you explained it is, yeah, it's literally only made for Guardian. Like there is no other character in the game you could think of that only use halberds.
True, I mean, but like I say maybe because like it has kind of like saved my ass a few times with the halberd and all that, but like I don't know. It's like I'm not gonna say like it's the worst thing ever, but like I'm
Hmm.
not gonna put it on such a low tier. But like it's not gonna be like very high tier.
Okay, so you just wanted to be at C.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
it's a C for me at most. Yes.
alrighty. All right, so we both have this one, Torn Braided Cord. This is specifically for Raider. Damage taken while using character skill improves attack power and stamina and strength +3. This is a B
Okay.
because even though it's mainly good for Raider, that strength +3 can even be used for Wilder.
True. Because they
And
are they are strike boys.
yeah, it's a very good one. I've seen people that still use this on their Universal Raider builds. Is there better ones? Well, I mean, of course, but that's why I
Oh
wanted to
yeah.
put it. That's why I wanted to put it at B.
Yeah, it's a start. It's a good starter, but unless we can't find something else to put it with, then but it's like yeah, it's not too bad. I can roll with it.
Okay. Now the final one is gonna be completely up to you because I know nothing really about it. This is specifically for Recluse. Vestige of Night. Now this has one of your favorites for Recluse, which is the Terra Magica. So that's why I'm
hmm
keeping this completely for you to put on the tier list. Recluse. Collecting affinity residue activates Terra Magica, and Magic attack power up +2.
Okay, so yeah, I like being able to. I like using this for her along with I think like the bone like stone, and if I was doing a thing with like um Everdark Augur, excuse me, I was brain for it.
You're good.
So but yeah, so I'd say putting the bone-like stone along with Vestiges of Night and like say tag teaming, as you like to put it, with Dark Knight of the Wise,
Hmm.
that can be pretty nice, especially because of how like a recluse is known to be like a magic user and all that. Um, I would say probably like a low. I'd say like a low B because nothing against recluse, and I also sometimes bust her out from time to time. But like I'd say that because of the magic attack power +2, and if you get like like certain like staves or shields stuff like that, it kind of give a bit to it.
Okay. But yeah, I think that's where we're gonna call it for today. We did a lot of tier list stuff today. This is probably gonna be maybe our second to third longest upload of the Ballsteel podcast because we did a lot of tier list stuff today. And
Yeah.
plus, when it comes to podcast episodes that are specifically for July and October, those are probably going to be the longest because those are based around our birthdays. Yay! But yeah, I'm gonna let you send us off. Actually, even though I'm the birthday boy and everything, I like it when you send us off. So yeah,
Sure.
send us off into the void, Mr. Rumble Roses.
Sure. All right. So, on behalf of Onyx, we hope you guys have enjoyed this installment of the Ball Steel podcast. And hearing us ramble about Night Rain and giving our 2 cents on this, that, and the other with it, and everything. And if you like what you saw or listened to and everything, feel free to give the channel a sub. Give the video a like, maybe comment on something. Maybe give us a topic. As long as it's not like politics or religion bullshittery and stuff like that. And of course, follow our main channels. Like I have a YouTube channel and Twitch channel. Onyx has one for his stuff as well. And until we see y'all in the next video, live stream, or even podcast for that matter. Please take care of yourselves, guys, and have a good weekend, and please stay safe and even hydrated too.
Yes, don't forget to hydrate. We'll know when you're not hydrated. Yeah. All right, we'll see you guys later.
See yous.